moving on to the next item on the desktop, let's talk about how to delete the files. Now, other operating systems have a trash can, and Windows XP also has a trash can, as the name is recycle bin. This is a place where the files are gone after deleting. First thing that I want to point out, there is multiple ways to delete a file within Windows XP. You can click and drag that object to the desktop, or let me show you. Let me go to the desktop and just right click on that and then choose new and create a folder. We'll call this folder Trash Me. If I want to delete this folder, I can click on it and drag this folder into the recycle bin. And you see that there's a recycle bin change in its appearance to show that it's full. It contains some contents, and this means that it is ready to be deleted, or the stuff of which you want to get rid of. That's one way to delete all the things. Let me tell you another way. Just right click on the desktop, choose new folder, change its name to More Trash, and you just right click on most of the Windows XP and choose delete. Now at this time I'm asking you to show that you want to do this because it is possible that you can right click and delete by chance, or by hand slip, or by click and dragging on the recycle bin that you want to delete this. So we say yes. Then by clicking and dragging on the recycle bin, we move to the recycle bin. Super thing to point out is that when you put something in the recycle bin and it's full, just like the trash can setting, behind you it's not gone. It's still there. Okay? You actually have to manually delete or empty the recycle bin, just like you take up the trash. So when I double click on the recycle bin, you see that, well, there are two folders that I just deleted. That's right, because I said they're not gone. They're still there. It's a good thing that you put something in the recycle bin. And right click to something to choose delete because it's not gone. You can easily restore. You can click on the object that recycle bin opened and drag it back to your desktop from where we access it. If I double click to open the folder, then there's more trash folder. Then what happens if it doesn't open it? It gives the property for that because we can then see what happens. Something inside the trash can and I can't open it or work with it. You pull out first, now you can drag something out with something selected. Within it there's an option that's something called restore the items that you deleted. Click on that and that will be restored in the same location within the hard drive from where they came from. Because both of these failures came from the desktop, then we go to the desktop. Now I can click and drag to make the selection. This is called the marquee selection, and that selects multiple objects and drag them back into the recycle bin where they are ready to be deleted. You better be sure that you want to delete something. If you want to delete from the trash, because then it'll never come back, you right click on the recycle bin and choose empty recycle bin. Then that makes sure if you want to delete the two files, it'll try and ask you a question, you will say yes. Now the appearance of the bin is also changed, and now you see to open the bin there is no folder in it, and now they're removed from the bin permanently. In some cases it's also possible to recover these files that you have deleted. It's not easy to work with all the time, but this is also possible using Norton Utilities or some other software giving you ability to erase and restore the files. Now you see there's not a difficult thing doing this. Now right click on the recycle bin, there it also has properties, and choose properties. This is what we get. Now I have these partitions that you see here. Local disk C, global D, E, and F. In the recycle bin you can configure the drives independently and use one setting for all. If you choose it, then I can't access any drive. So if I come back on global tablets, look at some of the following options. First, click on checkboxes. Do not move files to that recycle bin. Instead, delete files immediately to the recycle bin. Let me show you what this means. If I select this option, click OK. Again, right click on my desktop and just create a blank folder and give it a name is blank. And click and drag it to the recycle bin. Then it's asking you if you want to remove this folder and all of its contents. And we see this dialog box when I choose the empty the recycle bin. But now here it is directly asking this without going into the recycle bin. That's what the checkbox is doing. And the stuff is no longer going to store in it manually. Just like a trash compatible now. So you put something here, it's gone. But this is a dangerous thing that I'm working with. Nothing is there in recycle bin. Now choose properties of recycle bin. I can remove the checkbox if you don't want it. It's going to reserve certain parts of your hard drives to hold certain stuff in the recycle bin. By default, it's 10%. You can change it. Now click on the C drive. You see here that the reserved storage is 1.95 GB, and the size of the drive itself is 19.5 GB. So from global tab you can choose the low percentage. Now you see that's how to delete any file and folder and how to handle it if I delete it.